right, we'll go ahead and get started here with Matthew Wolff at the interview room at the Zozo Championship at Sherwood. Matthew finished T13 at this event last year and has 2 runner-ups this season on the PGA Tour. So Matthew, before we get into other questions from the media, could you give them some background on your familiarity with Sherwood growing up nearby Agora Hills?
Yeah, so I grew up in Agora Hills ever since, I was born in Simi Valley, but that's right around here. And then my mom still lives 10 minutes away from the golf course. So when I was younger, I really didn't get to play this course as much because it's very expensive to get on. And it's a pretty exclusive club. But as I got into high school and started to meet, new people and a lot of different golfers in the area, I was fortunate enough to come out here and play. So I've probably been playing this golf course since I was about 12 years old, 13 years old or so. And then, every single time I come back and visit family here, even when I was in college, when I'd come back for school breaks, I'd come out here and exclusively play here because Sherwood I was fortunate enough that Sherwood allowed me to come out here. So I'm very familiar with the course, the area. I think it's amazing that they're having a PGA Tour event here again. And I'm just excited to not only play a course that I feel super comfortable on, but this is my first time playing with Tiger as well, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure he knows the course very well.
And as I mentioned, you finished runner-up in 2 of your 3 starts on the PGA Tour this season, once at the U.S. Open and once at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. How would you assess the state of your game coming into this week?
Yeah, the 2 runner-up finishes were really strong. I gave myself 2 good opportunities to win the golf tournament, and guess I just kind of got outplayed at the very end. But last week I was struggling a lot. I just, kind of my alignment and my setup kind of got off, and from there it was just a downhill spiral. But lucky for me, my coach, George, he lives 10 minutes away from here as well. So we worked really hard the first couple days and feel like my game's in a pretty good spot. Golf is crazy like that. You feel like you can be on top of the world and can't miss a shot for 2 months, and then very next day you come out and feel like you're lost. And last week was just one of those weeks, but like my caddy said, you got to have a tournament that you look forward to dropping off rather than all the ones that you're just dreading them falling off the world rankings. So it is what it is, and I feel ready and confident for this week.
All right, now we'll take some questions from the media that we have on the line. If you have a question, please type your name into the chat window, and I will call on you. We will start with Rex Hoggard of Golf Channel. Go ahead, Rex.
Matthew, I know you talked about your association with this golf course, but did you come out and watch the hero of it all when you were younger? I don't know what age that would have put you at, but do you have any memories of that? Colin was in here yesterday, said he got stiffed for an autograph here once. Anything like that happen to you?
Yeah, I definitely came out here for I think once or twice. I definitely remember one time, and it was the year that Zach Johnson holed out after he dumped it in the water to beat Tiger. So even though I'm sure I wanted Tiger to win at the time, it was really cool to see just the exciting finish and those clutch shots coming down the stretch. But I think I came maybe one other time, but the one other time that I came, I was more at someone's house in the community and didn't really get on the golf course. But the course is, I think it's a great setup for a smaller field PGA Tour event. There's going to be a lot of excitement, and it's one of those courses that I think, is you can tear it apart if you hit the shots, but, there's water and trouble, and the rough is pretty thick. It's the thickest I've ever seen the rough. So I think it's going to be a good test. You're going to have to play well, hit the shots, and I think you can either shoot 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 under out here, or you could shoot 2 or 3 over pretty easily. So I'm excited to see kind of what the scores are and to play in an event this big at a course that I feel really comfortable at.
In kind of an unrelated question, I don't know your plans the next couple of weeks, but with Houston and Bermuda next week announcing sort of a limited number of fans, what is your comfort level getting back to having fans on the golf course? And being how you were kind of new to the tour when the pandemic hit, how much do you actually have missed fans?
Oh, I love fans. I'm really excited for them to come back. it's been, difficult coming to all these courses and, just kind of having the players and the caddies. It feels kind of, quiet and, I don't know, I wouldn't say sad, but it's just usually you come to events and there's buzz everywhere and people walking all over, and it's even though sometimes it might get a lot, I think that fans are really important, and not only golf but just all of sports, and it brings a level of excitement and intensity to every single golf tournament, and I'm very welcoming on fans, and I wish that they would bring them back. Like you said, they're bringing them back at Bermuda and Houston, but I hope that goes really well and we could start seeing fans at tournaments again, because I've played in 2 majors and both majors didn't have fans, so and it's not, I don't think that affected the way I played, like good or bad. I just think that when I see fans out there, you can kind of feed off of them, and I feel like I'm really good at interacting with them and making sure that they feel a part of the tournament and the experience.
Thank you.
Next, we will go to Joe Curley of the Ventura County Star.
Hey guys, hey Matthew.
How's it going?
Just what's it like trying to prepare for a tournament back home? Does it change the dynamic at all this week? Like you said, you have your swing coach around the corner. Just what's it been like, being back home and preparing to play?
It's been great. I think seeing some family at the beginning of the week was really helpful to kind of, just settle everything down. But also at the same time, they understand that even though I'm back home and I need to spend time with them, I also need to prepare for this tournament, and I'm still working. So they're very good at making sure that I can balance both of those things and not asking too much of me to, off the golf course. But having my coach here was a huge help, George, and I feel like anytime that I can, or I'm struggling, I can always ask him or call him or FaceTime him, but in person you can just do a lot more work, so it's really helpful to have him out here. And then I'm very comfortable with the golf course, and I feel like even though I am comfortable, I still need to prepare. Like I said, the rough is the longest I've seen it, and I've played here hundreds of times, so definitely a little different, because I feel like most of the par 5s, if you hit it in the rough on a normal day, you can get to them still, but here you're just going to kind of have to hit it back in the fairway. So it's going to play a little different, but like I said, the lines off the tees, the comfort level that I have out here is, I think, a huge advantage.
And you mentioned fans a little bit. How many people you think, had this tournament been open, how many members of your family and friends you think would have packed this course this weekend?
I mean, I could tell you quite a bit, but I think that more would be out here for Tiger. So, yeah, I mean, I think playing with him, we would have drawn a really large crowd. But yeah, I mean, I know multiple people that live on the course here and have houses here, so I'm sure my family and my friends will probably be hopping house to house and try to catch me on certain holes and stuff. So it's even though there's not going to be fans allowed, I'm sure they'll try to find a way to come and watch me as much as they can. But it's going to be a really awesome experience, playing with Tiger for the first time, especially on a course that I watched him play as I grew up, and I feel really comfortable on.
Yeah, you mentioned Tiger. What do you think you can get from that experience, those 2 days of playing rounds with him directly?
I just think, how he kind of handles himself, the shots that he hits, and, the decisions that he makes. I think that I feel like I'm pretty confident with my game out here, and I know that Tiger might play a little different than I do, but at the end of the day, there's a way that he carries himself, the way that he doesn't let, bad shots or bad swings or bad breaks really affect him, and I'm still learning to do that. It's not as easy as it looks, but I think that just everything from where he hits the ball off the tee, I guess it wouldn't be as much of an advantage because I know every single blade of grass on this golf course really, but like I said, just the little things like how he handles himself and, what he looks at on certain types of shots. And I think it's going to be really cool. And not only that, but just to see, greatness right in front of you is always something really special.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Next, we'll go to Ben Everill, PGAtour.com.
Thanks, Jack. I hope you can see me there. Mate, just speaking of Tiger and playing with him, do you have to, I guess, I'm trying to work out how to put this, is there a concern that you might try to impress him or try to, to show off a little just because you've never been in that situation before? A lot of young guys have said that that's happened to them where they sort of got lost in the moment trying to impress him as they do.
I could see how people would try to do that. I don't think that I'm going to. I mean, I feel like even though I'm just at the start of my career and I have a lot to prove to everyone, I've also accomplished a lot in the short time that I've been out here. It would be nice to go out and, have Tiger talk about how good you are and stuff, but really, I mean, his opinion is definitely a higher value than others. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't have confidence in yourself and you're just trying to impress him, then, I don't know. I just feel like that's not a really good way to go about it. I think that you need to go out there and try to win a golf tournament no matter who you're playing with. And, at the end of the day, there's, like I said, he's one of the greatest of all time, but there's people who have beaten him. And, it's not like if I win the golf tournament, he's going to finish second. I mean, it might end up that way, and it might end up that he's going to win here. But at the end of the day, there's so many amazing people that are on the PGA Tour right now, and players that I've played with Rory before, Dustin, Ricky, all those guys. And, like you said, you do want to impress him and you do want to play well in front of him. But at the end of the day, that's not what I came here to do. I came here to win a golf tournament, and if that happens, it happens. But like I said, I'm just going to take in the experience and enjoy myself because it's going to be awesome playing a home course, especially with Tiger.
Just on that too, I mean, you obviously did win very quickly when you came on tour, just much like him. Can you still fathom, or can you fathom what it would mean if he was to win this week and make it 83? I mean, can you see yourself winning 83 of these things again?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's pretty impressive. I think that's why he's always looked at as one of the greatest to ever play. And I don't know who's gonna beat that record. I'm sure someone will. I don't know if it's gonna be in 10 years or 50 years or 100 years or 200 years. But he's done more things in the game of golf than anyone, and maybe besides Jack Nicklaus. But I just think the way he carries himself and what he's done for the game is pretty unbelievable. And if he were to get 83, it would be pretty amazing for me to play beside him the first two rounds of the tournament that he did it. But like I said, I'm not. Even though it would be awesome to see, I'm not focused on Tiger. I'm focused on myself and my game, and I'm out here to win a golf tournament.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Sorry to take the focus off you. I'm sure you'll do great.
No, it's all good. Appreciate it.
And we will take our last question from Corey Yoshimura of the PGA Tour on behalf of the Japanese media.
Matthew, thanks for the time. Just a quick question on Zozo and the Asian swing in general. Obviously, you're getting your career started. It's your first time in the tournament. Well, what's your view on the Asian swing? Growing the game in that part of the world, that sort of thing.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So obviously you're playing the Zozo for the first time, and you're just getting your career started out. But just curious on your views of the tour's Asian swing in general, what that does for our game, how important it is to grow the game in that part of the world.
Yeah, I think it's unbelievable. I did play in the Zozo last year, so this will be my second Zozo championship, and I was in Japan last year, and all the fans were unbelievable. I felt like they were all just so enthusiastic. They were out there. Not only the ones that had tickets to the tournament, but there were people lined up the streets to enter the golf course with signs and just wanting us to wave hi to them. And I think that since it's the PGA Tour is mainly based out of the United States, and to be able to go not only for us is it an awesome experience, but like I said, for the fans to be able to come watch us and like you said, grow the game. I think there's a huge following in parts that are outside of the United States, and to be able to give them a chance to watch golf and grow the game even more is pretty special, and I'm happy to be a part of it. But it's like I said, I played in it last year, and it was one of the most amazing experiences that I've had on the golf course. Just the fairways were lined up with people. You felt like, as far as the eye could see, there were just people watching every single group, and it's a lot different over there, let's just say that, because in tournaments over here you get Tiger and Phil and Rory and Ricky and all these people with a huge following, but you get the guys that tee off second to last and there's only about 5 or 10 people following their group. And I feel like in Japan it was every single group had hundreds and hundreds of people watching, so it was really cool to see that, and I'm excited to go back there next year.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
All right, Matthew, those are all the questions we have. We appreciate your time, and best of luck this week at Sherwood.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
Yep.